So today we will discuss another problem on bending moment diagram and shear force diagram which comes under module 2. This is a question paper problem of BTU January 2020. Sketch the BMD and SFD. Locate the point of counterflexional equation. This is the given beam. So this is a overhanging beam. A and B are the simple supports and these are the loads acting on the beam. 30 kN per meter UDL is acting from A to C. There is an external clockwise moment given at C, 100 kN per meter. 100 kN constant load is there at D, and UDL once again from B to E of intensity 20 kN per meter. And these are the spans 4 meter, 2 meter, 2 meter, 2 meter. Now the first step is to find the reactions. As all you know, we have to find the reactions at A, B, RA and RB using the equilibrium equations. So we have two reactions, therefore we need two equilibrium equations. So the first one is, I am taking the moment equation, sigma MA is equal to 0. When you are using this equation, we have to take clockwise moments positive, anti-clockwise negative. So I am here now, we have to take the moments of all these forces including reaction about the point A and equate it to 0. Now this 30 UDL, kN per meter UDL is giving a clockwise moment. Its total UDL is 30 into 4 and it acts in the midpoint. As you know, it is converted to a equivalent concentrated load which acts at the midpoint. So the corresponding moment will be 30 into 4 into 2 which is clockwise. Then 100 kN is given. Another clockwise moment is given in the problem. Just we have to just add plus 100 here. That's all. You should not multiply the moment by the distance. Then you have, due to this 100 kN force, the moment is 100 into 6 meters from A. So that is 100 into 6 clockwise, therefore positive. Then due to this RB, it is giving an anti-clockwise moment minus 162.5 into 8 meters. Sorry, minus RB into 8. We have already found this RB. So minus RB into 8. Then this 20 kN per meter UDL is also giving a clockwise moment. 20 into 2, that is the total load, acting at a distance of 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1. So that is 9 meters. So 20 into 2 into 9, which is giving clockwise moment, therefore plus, this is equal to 0. So what we have done is, we have written the algebraic sum of the moments of all the forces about the point A and you have equated to 0. This is the moment equilibrium equation. If you solve this, you will get RB as 162.5. So 162.5 kN, you are getting positive value, that means the assumed direction of RB is correct, it is upwards. So this is what we have got. Similarly, the second equation, equilibrium equation is sigma Fy is equal to 0. So algebraic sum of all the vertical forces is equal to 0. Further, the sign convention is upward forces positive, downward forces negative. If you see the diagram, this RA is upwards, RB is upwards. So therefore RA and RB they are positive. This UDL is acting downwards, so 30 into 4 it is negative, minus 30 into 4, and this minus 100 kN and this is minus 20 into 2. But when you are considering the vertical force equilibrium equation, we should not consider the moment. So I have not taken this 100 kN per meter into account. Please note that. That is very important. So moment is considered only when you are using the moment equilibrium equation. When you are using the force equation, we are not considering the moment. So if you solve this, after substituting for RB as 162.5, you are going to get this RA value as 97.5 kN. So that I have written here. So RA and RB, this is the first and important foremost step in any problem on BMD and SFD. First thing we have to find out the reactions. So those reactions depend on the type of support. Here both are simple supports. Simple supports they have developed only one reaction at each support. So those two reactions we have found out. Next we will find out the shear forces. So shear forces at important points on the beam. So for finding the shear force, the sign convention is this. I have explained in the earlier lecture. Sign convention is this. If you take any section or any point of the beam, if you see to the left side of the section, upward forces give positive shear force, downward forces give negative shear force. If you consider right side of the section, upward is negative, downward is positive. So this is sign convention we are going to follow. So let us find out the shear force at all these points A, C, D, B, E. So first I will take up FA. FA is the shear force at A. If you see the left of A, no force is there, therefore shear force is 0. If you take FC, so I am going to consider next point is FC, shear force at C. See to the left side. Left side we have this 97.5 kN upward, so it is positive, and this 30 into 4, this is negative because it is acting downwards. So 30 into 4 is 120, so therefore the value is minus 22.5 kN. Next, if you come to this B, I have told earlier that whenever a point load acts or a reaction develops, so at that point we have two values of shear force. Now here I will take this at D, I will take left of D and right of D. If I take left of D, so I have to take this point, see to the left side of that. If you see to the left side of that, 97.5 is there, plus it is plus minus 30 into 4. That's all is there. That means FDL is the same as FC. Whatever you have got FC, so which is minus 22.5 kN. But when you take right side of D, this 100 kN also comes into picture. That means in up to this it is minus 22.5. Then you are seeing the left side of this right of D. So therefore left side of 100 is negative. So minus 100 we have to take. So it will be minus 22.5 minus 100. So the value here at this point, shear force value is minus 122.5 kN. Then I come here at B, a reaction develops at B. So therefore, since reaction is also a point load, it will have two values of shear force, one to the left of B, another to the right of B. If I take left of B, the shear force value is the same as right of B. Please see here. Because from here to here, there is no force acting. Whatever shear force is there at this point, same shear force will be there at this point. So that means I can directly write it as FBL. Left of B shear force is equal to right of B shear force, that is minus 122.5 kN only. Then I will take the right of B. Right of B is to this point. Now you can just see the right side also. So when you are seeing the right side, you have to see this sign convention. So right side, only this UDL is seen. This reaction is not seen. If you are seeing the right side of B, only this UDL is seen, that is 20 into 2, which is acting downwards. So downwards is positive, therefore it is 20 into 2, 40 kN positive. Now at the last point E, if you see the right side of E, nothing is there, therefore shear force is 0. So at A and at E, shear force is 0. At all other points, you can have the shear force values. Now you can plot those shear force values in the shear force diagram. So this is the shear force diagram. Draw a horizontal line, mark the points. So if the value is positive, you have to plot above the line. If the value is negative, you have to plot below the line. So I will take one by one. So at point A, shear force is 97.5. You can see here. Of course, here once again here what happens? FAL is 0, but FAR is 97.5. Please note this. Here also we will be having two values of shear force. So one value here, one value here. So this is here, this is off. So here nothing is there to the left side of L, therefore shear force is 0. But if you see to the left side of R, this reaction you can see. That is why we have two values. So FAL I am going to plot first. It starts from 0. Then the next value is 97.5. Or in other words, you can say that shear force at the support is nothing but the reaction. Next, you have here second point is C. At C you have shear force minus 22.5. See here, you have to plot below the line minus 22.5. Then at D L it is same minus 22.5. At DR it is minus 122.5. That means you have to come down by another 100 here. So minus 122.5. Then you have at the left of B it is same minus 122.5. Right of B it becomes, see here, 40. So I have to move from here to here for 40 positive. Then at E it is 0. So this is the shear force diagram. I have explained on the other day in the earlier class that how to write the shear force diagram in an easy way. So in that case what you have to do is start from point A. At A you have an upward force of a reaction of 97.5, move upwards by 97.5. Then from A to C you have a UDL. UDL means it is linearly decreasing line. So linearly decreasing means how much? It is 30 into 4. 120 you have to come down because it's acting downwards. You have to come down. Already we have 97.5 minus 120. If you take, it becomes minus 22.5. So this whatever from here to here is there. This is 120. That represents the UDL portion. Then from C to D there is no force given, therefore shear force remains constant from C to D. Then at D you have a 100 kN force acting downwards. So from this point you have to move downwards by 100. So then it becomes 122.5. Then from D to B you don't have any force, shear force remains constant. Then at B you have a reaction of 162.5. So you have to move upwards here. From this point you have to move by 162.5. Already you are 122.5 negative. So only 40 you have to move upwards. That means this value is 162.5. Then from here to here once again there is UDL. So 20 into 2, 40 kN is the total UDL or the total load. You have to come down by 40. So it closes. So please observe that. So shear force diagram closes. So it starts from point A and it ends at point E here. It closes. So this is another way of drawing the shear force diagram. Now, bending moment diagram. If you observe this shear force diagram, at some point shear force is 0. You see here at point F, you can observe that it crosses this line, horizontal line. That means it is neither negative nor positive. That means its shear force value is 0 at F. Now we have to find this distance of this point F from one of the ends. So that I have done here. You can see shear force is 0 at F. That means from the principle we know that where at the point where shear force is 0, bending moment is maximum. So that value also we have to find out. So at what point the shear force is 0, let us find out that. For the time take, let AF is equal to x1. So the distance I am going to take it as x1. So what I will do is I will write the shear force expression at F and equate it to 0. That means FF, shear force at F, I am equating to 0. See to the left side of F. If you see to the left side of F, F is here now. Left side of F, if you see 97.5 upward force is there, which is positive. UDL is negative. Minus 30 into distance is x1. 30 into x1 is the load. So minus 30 into x1. This is equal to 0. Only two forces are there. So if you solve this equation, you will get x1 as 3.25 meters. That means the distance where the shear force is 0 is from point A is 3.25 meter. That is x1 is 3.25 meter. I have written here. This is about shear force diagram. Now let us try to draw the bending moment diagram. For that we need the values of bending moments at different points. So as we know, at the simple support is at the end, it is end support, then bending moment is 0 here, because if you see left side of that, no force is there, no moment is there, therefore bending moment is 0. For bending moment, this is the sign convention. If you take a section XX or any point on the beam, if you are seeing left side or right side, irrespective of left side or right side, upward forces give positive bending moment, downward forces give negative bending moment. See here, I have written here. So this, if you observe here, this upward forces give sagging bending moment. So this type of bending is called as sagging, which we call it as positive, and downward forces give hogging bending moment. So that we are sign convention, we are going to take it as negative. So irrespective of whether it is left side or right side, if the force is upwards, it is positive bending moment, gives positive bending moment. If the force is downwards, it gives negative bending moment. That like that you can think. Now let us write one by one. At point A, bending moment is 0. Then we move to point C here. So once again, here what happens when we are talking about bending moment? If any external moment is given on the beam, at that point you have two values of bending moment. So if a point load is given at any point, you have two values of shear force. If a bending moment, if a moment, external moment is given at any point, then it will have two values of bending moments. Now, how to calculate that? Let us see. Now I am going to take MCL. MCL is the bending moment just to the left of C, because he has given a moment here. I have to calculate two values now. So if you see the left side of C, so 97.5 into 4 meters. So this distance we have to take. So since we are calculating moment, you have to multiply the force by the corresponding distance from that point. If you are calculating shear force, you need not multiply by 4 distance. It is only force value. So here 97.5 into 4 meters, that is positive because upwards. Then 30 into 4 acts at the midpoint. 30 into 4 into 2, which is negative because it is acting downwards. So you see here 97.5 into 4 minus 30 into 4 into 2. This is the bending moment at left side of C. Now if you want bending moment to the right side of C at this point, it is the same as that 97.5 into 4 minus 30 into 4 into 2. In addition to that, see, if you are, since you are seeing the left side of this, you can see here. Now you are calculating bending moment here. At C he has given 100 kilonewton meter momentum. So now you are here now. You are calculating here. When you are here, and if you are seeing to the left side, this 100 is not seen. That's why I have not taken that 100 here. But when you are here, when you are seeing to the left side, this 100 is seen here. But what is the nature of that moment? That bending moment that we have to think here. So since you are seeing to the left side, so you are seeing to the left side of this R, left side it is given clockwise like this. That means it is like this. See, sagging. So left side sagging. So I have, since it is sagging, just I have to add this 100 to that. Sagging is positive, therefore I have to add 100 to that. So already 150 is there, 150 plus 100, 250 kilonewton meter. So that is why. So at a point where external moment is given on a beam, you will be having two values of bending moments. One by considering the value of external moment, another one without considering the value of external moment. So these two are the values. Now MD, bending moment at D. When you are calculating bending moment at D, you can see to the right side also, because when you move from left to right, number of forces gets reduced. So therefore, I will calculate MD by seeing to the right side of D. If you are seeing right side of D, 162.5 into 2 is there. Distance. Okay? So it is acting upwards, therefore positive. Then this 20 into 2 is acting downwards. 40 into distance from this point D, it will be 2 plus 1. So 40 into 1, 40 into 3. So here it is 162.5 into 2 minus 20 into 2 into 3, because this is acting upwards, this is acting downwards, it is negative. So you are getting 205 kilonewton meter as the bending moment at D, MD value. Then MD value, so you have to see only one force is the right side. If you see, it is downwards, 20 into 2, and it is acting at a distance of 1 meter. So 20 into 2 into 1 is 40. It is negative because it is acting downwards, so minus 40. And at the last, ME, if you see to the right side of E, nothing is there, no force is there, no moment is there, therefore bending moment is 0 at this P-end. So ME is 0. So these are the values of bending moments. So those values you can plot in a diagram to give the bending moment diagram BMD in kilonewton meter. So let us plot the values. So from A, at the value of bending moment at A is 0, first value is 0. Second value, you are going to get MCL 150, then third value MCR 250, then next value MD 205, then MB minus 40, so below the line, minus 40, then ME is 0. Now, how to join these points? That is very important. Profiles you should know. If UDL is acting, bending moment diagram is a parabola, and at all the other regions, it is straight line. So of course in this problem, UDL is there from here to here. From A to C you have UDL. Therefore parabola will be there from A to C. So A to C it is a parabola. I will write just write here parabola. And also from B to E it is also parabola. So this is also parabola, B to E, because you have UDL there. So now I have plotted all these values, but one very important thing here is we have already found out that at F, point F, shear force is 0. At the point where shear force is 0, you can expect maximum bending moment. Now one more step we have to do, that we have to calculate the maximum bending moment at F. So that I have done here, maximum bending moment at F where shear force is 0. What you have to do is, you have to take that point F. At this point F here, F is here now, this distance we have calculated, it has come to 3.25 meter. Now whatever bending moment occurs at F, that is your maximum bending moment. So it is the left side of F, 97.5 into 3.25 positive. Then this UDL is negative, acting downward, therefore bending moment is negative. So 30 into 4 into 30 into 3.25. Only this one we have to take from here to here. 30 into 3.25 into midpoint of the 3.25. Then into 3.25 by 2. See, I have written here. 97.5 into 3.25 minus 30 into 3.25. This is the load. Multiplied by the distance is midpoint. So 3.25 by 2. So if you simplify that, 158.4 kilonewton meter, we are going to get. That is the maximum bending moment, positive bending moment, which we have to show here. Now here it is 150, here it is 158. Therefore, the parabola will increase, then it rises, then it falls. Please observe here. So that is why. So after finding the maximum bending moment diagram, then you have to draw this parabola. So it increases from A to F, then from F to C it decreases, it falls, parabola falls. Okay, you need not worry about the exact sketch, you just write a smooth curve, right there it is parabola, you need not to be to scale. So that is about finding maximum bending moment where shear force is 0. Another point is, this bending moment is 0 at this point G, you can see that. At this point G, where it cuts that horizontal line, it is neither positive nor negative, it changes from positive to negative. Therefore, this point is called as the point of contraflexion. Point of contraflexion is G, where bending moment is 0. We have to locate that point of contraflexion. For that, what we will do is, we will assume this distance as x2. From B to this G, we will take this distance as x2 and we will write the bending moment expression at G and equate it to 0. Because bending moment is 0 at G, mg is 0. So that is the condition we are going to use. So if you see, if you write the bending moment expression at G by seeing to the right side, so G is now here. So G has come here now. This is the point G and this is your x2. Okay? So x2 we have to find out now by equating this bending moment at G as 0. If you see to the right side, so what is the bending moment expression? This 162.5 is acting upwards, therefore positive bending moment 162.5 into x2. That is the expression. And this is acting downwards, so therefore bending moment is negative. Minus 20 into 2 is the total load, and distance from G to that midpoint is x2 plus 1. x2 plus half of 2 is 1. So that is the expression I have written here. 162.5 x2 minus 20 into 2 into x2 plus 1. This should be 0 because bending moment is 0 at point G. If you solve this equation, you will get the x2 value as 0.33 meter from B. That means your bending moment is 0 at the point to the left of B at a distance of 0.33 meter, which is called as the point of contraflexion, or it is also called as point of inflection. So this is how a problem is done. This is an examination problem carrying 12 to 14 marks. So first step, you have to find out the reactions using equilibrium equations. Then write down the shear forces using the sign convention, left side or right side. Taking that view, you have to use the sign convention. And please note that at a point where point load is acting or a reaction is acting, you have two values of shear force that you have to find on left and right side. Then if suppose if shear force is 0 at any point, that point you have to locate. Assume the distance as x1 from reference point and calculate the distance x1. Then we have to calculate the bending moment values at the salient points. For that, the sign convention is this. Irrespective of whether it is left side or right side, upward forces give positive bending moment, downward forces give negative bending moment. Sagging, upward forces bending moment is called as sagging positive, downward force bending moment is called as hogging, that is negative. So using that, we have to calculate the bending moments at different points. Here also, at the point where external moment is given, clockwise or anti-clockwise, whatever it is, so you will be having two values of bending moments. In this problem at C, point C, you have two values of bending moments, one just to the left of C, another just to the right of C. So after that, you have to draw the diagrams by knowing the profiles. So we know that UDL or UDL bending moment diagram is parabola, whereas the shear force diagram is linearly decreasing line. For concentrated load, both are straight lines. Bending moment diagram is also straight line, and shear force diagram is also straight line. So for UVL, triangular load, it will be a cubic parabola. Bending moment diagram is a cubic parabola, and shear force diagram is a parabola. So all those things I have explained in the earlier video lecture. So you can go through that. So this is how we have to solve the problem. So do it carefully. So solve the same problem. Try to compare the answers. Thank you.